What's going on out there, world? This is your boy at I Am Chef Roland, also was known as Javon Roland, also was known as One Yourself, Invest in Yourself. Why? Because you are the one yourself to invest in yourself, no one else, and don't you forget that. And I want to talk to you guys about the things they don't tell you should do before you start investing. There's some things they don't tell you that you should do before you start investing. And these things that they're not telling you can be very beneficial to you. But I know a lot of people probably like to sweep stuff up under the rug and stuff like that. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive into it. And one of the first things that you have to do before you start investing is you have to create some cash flow. You got to create some cash flow. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. And one of the ways that we can create cash flow for the middle people who work the middle class or whatnot and live in the middle class is that if you work a job, IRS.gov states that 80% of Americans who work a job are overpaying taxes. Over 80%. So if people was getting the extra $200 to $800 a month, that's creating cash flow right there. That's creating cash flow right there. Because a lot of people don't know what the government do with your money is. They take your money through the year. Uncle Sam take his off top. Next thing you know, after he take his off top, he give you back the pennies while he invests the rest of it. And getting double-digit returns off the money that you work for. So you gotta minimize your taxes. Cause I'm connected with some great and wealthy people that's teaching me the rules of the wealthy. And one thing that I learned is that wealthy people don't overpay taxes. So you gotta go ahead and minimize them taxes in order for your cash flow to go up. Especially at a time like this where I know people can use an extra $200 to $800+ monthly consistently as well. At a time like this, I know plenty of people can use an extra $200 to $800+ a month. But that's one way you can go ahead and create cash flow is by minimizing your taxes and getting you a home-based business. For the middle class, that's one of the ways for the middle class to create cash flow. The second thing you have to do is that you have to go ahead and minimize that debt. You got to get rid of that debt. I got a question for you guys, like, how much more money would you have if your debt was zero? Nada. Think about it. How much more money would you have if your debt was zero, nada, and you ain't owe anybody anything? See, when you get rid of debt, it creates more cash flow. It creates more cash flow. So now you got more money to invest. Just keep riding with me. I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere. Keep riding with me. So you got to get rid of the debt, because once you get rid of the debt and get people out of your pockets, that create more cash flow right there. The next thing you got to do is minimize your expenses. You got to minimize your expenses as well. And what I mean by that is that are you spending money on unnecessary things? Are you spending money on unnecessary things when you could be taking that money and investing it and getting double-digit rate of returns on your money? I'm just saying, I ain't telling you what to do. I'm just dropping some gems on you. That's it. So you got to go ahead and minimize your expenses. Do you know how much money that you're wasting on BS? You have to know these things when it comes to finances. You got to put a GPS on your finances and track your finances. Because if you don't have a plan for your money, best believe somebody else will have a plan for your money. And the next thing that you have to do, we on the fourth thing that you have to do, you gotta get that mini emergency fund established. You gotta get that mini emergency fund established. And a mini emergency fund consists of $3,000. So if the AC was to go out at your crib, or a tire was to blow on your car or whatnot, we never know what's gonna happen. Things happen. You could keep on track doing what you're doing because you had that many emergency funds established. So it's really not knocking you off your game because you prepared for war in times of peace. AC vent went out, cool. I got the mini emergency fund for that. Now the income that I got coming in, I don't have to put that towards the AC. I could put that towards my investments and continue to invest because the mini emergency fund handled the AC. Then you got to go ahead and get your true emergency fund established. And for those of you who don't know what your true emergency is, that's your bills added up all in 1 month times by 6. All your bills added up by 1 month times it by 6, and that's how you'll know how much money you're supposed to have in your true emergency fund. I see it all the time with people, man, who investing and who don't have these things set up. Let me tell you what happened. Because I've been through this as well. And it's a mistake that I learned from. That just do it right. Just do it right. Stop trying to cut corners and skip. Just do it right. Just do it right. Because I'm telling you, for most people who just invest, let's say your investment account or whatnot, your Roth IRA, your IRA is doing good, your private banking or whatnot is doing good. But you see it's doing good and an emergency popped up. Now you want to go ahead and dip in your investments and pull some money out to handle the emergency. I see it all the time. And what people don't realize is that if you had your mini emergency fund established or your true emergency fund established, you wouldn't be thinking about going in your investment account and pulling money out of your 401k. But that comes from you don't have no money put up. No mini emergency fund established, no true emergency fund established. So when your investment's doing good, you want to go ahead and pull money out from your investments. Gonna get taxed at a high rate. You're gonna get taxed at a high rate because you're pulling the money out before you're supposed to do so. And you're robbing yourself, or you robbing your future self as well. But I bet you, if you had that mini emergency fund and that true emergency fund established, you wouldn't be thinking about going in your investments. I know I don't, because I got my mini emergency fund established. I got my true emergency fund established. So when something happened, I don't never think, let me go in my investments and take some money out. I never think that because I got my mini emergency fund and my true emergency fund. And I made sure I prepared for war in times of peace. That's all that is. So I just wanted to drop this on you guys today, man, because it's very beneficial, and I see a lot of people just jump in the investment world, man, and they ain't taking the proper steps. They're not taking the proper steps. Man, get that cash flow up, get that debt down, minimize those expenses, create that mini emergency fund and get that true emergency fund going, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So, man, y'all have a safe and blessed day. I just wanted to drop this on y'all today. This is your boy at I Am Chef Roland, also is known as Javon Roland, also is known as One Yourself, Invest in Yourself. Why? Because you are the one yourself to invest in yourself, no one else, and don't you forget that. Y'all have a safe and blessed day. Peace. Yeah.